You are in Tokyo when the Obama became president. Did you vote?
Yeah, I voted. I had like an absentee ballot, so they sent it. The state of Oregon sent a voting thing here, and then I sent it back in.
Yeah.
And
You are for Obama?
I voted for Obama.
Oh yeah.
I may not always seem that way, but I did vote for Obama. I think that what he represents and like the country goes, or like is more people's perception. It's not necessarily like everything's going bad. The economy, the market. Just because it's going bad doesn't mean that things are actually that bad. It's more people's perception on it, I think. And when everybody thinks we're in a rut, everybody thinks we're doing badly, then we're going to follow after that. It's more like I think so. If you have somebody that can like inspire people to if you have somebody that can inspire people, then it can change the way that people's perception of a country or like the world, and so I think Obama represents that, like he can do that a lot more so than McCain at least.
What's a good point of Obama or bad point or doubting point of Obama?
Well, I doubt. What I really doubt right now is the amount of this isn't necessarily about Obama, but like how much the government is intervening like economically, as far as like bailouts in the financial sector and the automotive sector. This is a lot of money we're talking about, and it just means that we're putting more of an emphasis on these certain industries, and it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right thing to do. Like a lot of economists and people say that markets and stuff should balance themselves out, and that sometimes people are going to have to bite the bullet at certain times. And I think that we're intervening so much that it could potentially hurt us. Like as far as the automotive sector, maybe Ford, GM, and Chrysler, they're bound to go bankrupt, and maybe they're too big. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. Like, is there necessarily? I mean, they haven't changed at all. Like 10, 15 years ago, they basically like the cars that they've had. Everybody told them that in a matter of time, like the price of oil was going to be very costly. There's going to be a lot of problems, and yet they still produced SUVs and trucks, and they failed to like recognize any change at all, and that they needed it. And now that it becomes a point where this summer when oil prices hit like the highest that they've ever been since the 80s. So they have all these problems, and it's like almost at a desperation point where they need to change to these hybrid cars, more fuel efficient technologies, and it's too late now.
They didn't learn so much compared to the Japanese car factory. That's your opinion?
Well, it's not. They didn't learn and they didn't change. That's the biggest part. They knew that Toyota was doing this, Honda, and as they saw it, but they didn't really do much to change it all and fix their.
Do you think that after this recession or economic crisis, the world will be coming back to the same state as before?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it will be, just because I always believe that it will be. I'm very optimistic, so I think it will, but I don't know.
Okay.